Welcome to the deal breakdown. My name is Jeffrey Malaba, and today we'll be looking at a deal and helping you understand, getting investors to be informed about deals or no deals. You want to know if a deal is actually a deal that has a gem in it or it's a deal with a landmine. That's a deal you should run away from. So we're going to do a comparative analysis between what you found in Zillow, which most investors use as listing sites, and then compare what does InvestFusion say about this property. So the question now is, will it be a deal or is a no deal? So is it a gem or a landmine? You want to identify all of this in seconds. Ideas of this is very simple. We want investors to stay protected, to stay informed, and to understand what they are getting themselves into. So before you buy your next property, you want to cultivate the habit of running it through InvestFusion to understand what that property really has under the hood. You want to know what is hiding under the hood. So your goal from today henceforth is to understand why you should use InvestFusion to discover what is found in the property before going ahead and going into a contract. Why is this important? It protects you and it prevents you from losing thousands of dollars at the deal level to deals that are bad from day one. Stop paying tuition to bad deals and calling it just part of the game. It's not part of the game. It's a bad investment process. So today we're on Zillow, and for the first time, we're going to go to the Atlanta, Georgia market. Why is that market peculiar or unique? Now, Atlanta, Georgia has been known or notorious for being the city with the highest number of canceled deals. As a matter of fact, the recent report from Redfin showed that over 22.5% of purchase agreements, buyers' purchase agreements, get canceled in Atlanta, Georgia. In dollar terms, buyers in Atlanta are losing over $900 million alone, one single state, to cancel deals. So are these buyers, what is happening in Atlanta market is buyers are uninformed, they are blindly going into deals, and they're losing millions of dollars to bad deals because sellers, as you know, sellers don't have to disclose everything for you. So you, the buyer, have to understand what you're getting yourself into. So right here, we're on Zillow. We're going to take a random property search, do a random search, and then see what does InvestFusion say about that property. So we're going to keep this pretty quick and pretty fast. So let's get started. Now I'm going to get in here. I'm going to go into, so I'm on the regular listing sites. We have other listing sites. We have Zillow, Craigslist, LoopNet, the MLS listings, a lot of listing sites out there. But you have the first time ever investors have a tool called InvestFusion that protect them and go under the hood to let them know what is really hiding under the surface on the property. So I'm going to go into our dear friend here, Zillow, and then I'll do a search. This is a general search. So I'm going to go for a search of any property we just see, 3-bedroom, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to pick up anything it sees for me. So he gave me this property. This is 165 Burbank Drive in Northwest. So let's open it so we all see what I'm looking at as well. So we look at this property. When you go in here, you can see, as I am looking at here on Zillow, it gives you here the description. It says there's a price code of $20,000. The year it was built is 1955. This is a triplex, so which is a 3 units in one, which is extremely good for investors. So you want to know what a triplex is. So if you're just beginning out in real estate, I will always recommend start with a duplex, a triplex, or a quadruplex. So this is a triplex. So I'm going to just copy this right now. So see, you can see what you have here. This is all you have here. All you have asked to is to contact your agent. You don't know what the deal is. You don't know if this deal is a landmark. You don't know what is hiding. All you see is the description, what the seller has disclosed to you. And that's the reality. So you have the set facts and features. You're not buying the features, guys. You're here for real, serious information. So you only have the price and the estimate, so to speak. But that is not a number that you can work with or gives you anything of value. So that's all you have: school, location, and then, so this is all you have. How can you take an informed decision just based on this? And that, my friend, is a blind investment. And that's why buyers in Atlanta are losing over $900 million. So now let's go to InvestFusion, guys. This is where the game changes. This is where the big players, the smart investors, this is where they play. And this is what you should be playing from now on. Now, if you don't know what to do, go on investfusion.co. And then once you come in here on the homepage, the first thing you want to do is to come in here and click on this toggle, because we have a specific address we're looking at. And so you want to toggle on this and then come in here and paste that address of that of the address we just copied from Zillow. Now that you've copied the address, I'm not going to select it here, and I'll hit the search button. When you hit the search, it's going to give you two options. It's going to give you access to the free, which is the basic free. I'm going to just click select all. If you have the time, go through all of these and get to know what each of these means. Now, if you are new to real estate and you have no understanding of what a cap rate is, what's a square rate, what's construction, all of this is explained here. If you toggle to this question mark, you'll see the breakdown of what each of these means. The idea is to bring you up to speed. You don't have to have years of real estate experience to play real estate right now. You don't have to have years to be smart. You just have to know the right tool to use and avoid the landmines. Even experienced investors are getting burnt by just going through listing sites and going ahead to buy. You are no longer in that category. You are different because you are smart, you are savvy, you have a tool at your disposal that protects you at the deal level before you commit a penny. When you commit dollars or thousands of dollars, you pay your due diligence fee, you pay your earnest money deposit, you might pay your appraisal, and you might pay your inspection. Those four fees can set you back close to $11,000, and there's nothing protects you until that money is gone, until now. And that's why you're using InvestFusion to know in seconds if that deal is a gem or a landmine. All right. So you've seen what I've said here earlier on. You can come in here if you're new to real estate, you don't know what a cap rate is, construction, number of units, all of this means. You come in here. For the premium access, this is where the big boys play. So you want to have access to the full reports on this property. So you have data source, you have last updated, you have environmental risk. It's going to let you know the risk on that property you are trying to get. Visibility, appraisal report. This report alone, off the bat, is $700. I repeat, this report alone off the bat is $700. You have it in your fingertips in less than 60 seconds. Guys, that's the power of InvestFusion. Why is this appraisal report important? If you're new to real estate, let's just toggle over this. It says provides an estimate property value based on market data. The appraisal report, to put it in simple terms, is what your loan officers will use to grant the loan to you when buying real estate. In other words, the appraisal report is king. The appraisal report lets you know if that property has built-in equity or negative equity. In other words, equity is cash. If you buy a property and you buy a property that has built-in equity, it means that you can turn around, walk into the bank, and cash out that equity. To put it in simple terms, if the asking price of a property is $10,000, you are using a very vanilla explanation now. If the price of a property by the seller says my property is $10,000, and the appraisal report says no, this property is $15,000. It means it has a $5,000 built-in equity, which you can turn around and cash if you buy the property. Also, the appraisal report contains two very important things. One, the actual living square footage that you are paying for. So you would know the living square footage and the true valuation of the property from a professional appraiser. Okay? So let's move forward. So you have the seller price and history, the lease types, the rent control, occupancy rates, rent history. Everything you need is here. Replacement cost is the cost. So let's toggle over that. It says estimated cost to rebuild the property from the scratch. So what does it cost to build this property from the ground up again, from the scratch? It's called the replacement cost. Okay? And every one of these data points, InvestFusion lets you know on that property in seconds. There is no tool out there in the market that does this. This is unheard of in the industry, in our space. So market price, annual tax returns, tax assessed value, price per square feet. Guys, if there is nothing about real estate you know of, if there's nothing you remember today, the biggest indicator of what you're buying is about price. You buy an overpriced property, you're doomed from day one. You want to buy low, you want to sell high. It has been the system used by investors years, and that's how they continue to grow wealth. You want to buy low, you want to sell high. You don't want to buy an over expensive, over elaborated. ridiculously expensive house and say, I'm just going to wait it over the next 50 years to appreciate. That is not an investment. That is gambling. That's you gambling with nicer words. Okay. So you want to like price per square foot is number one. If there are three rules in real estate not to forget, number one rule is never forget that price per square feet, or never forget to buy at a discount. That is price per square foot. Rule number two is never forget rule number one. And rule number three is never forget rule number two or rule number one. Because price per square foot is such an important indicator that I cannot overemphasize the point. It's a very, very important indicator for all buyers. Then issues. This is the game, guys. Issues. InvestFusion. This is what sets us apart. He said known property problems, including foundation issues, structural damage, or other major defects. InvestFusion is the first AI-powered platform that lets you know at the deal level the condition of the property. So according to the Redfin data, investors all over the US, it said over 40,000 US purchase agreement deals get canceled when buyers go under contracts and discover major foundation or structural or other major defects. Guess what? InvestFusion is able to identify these defects in seconds before you commit a penny. Annually, in the entire US, buyers are losing over $4 billion. Let that sink in. 4 billion. 16.3% of purchase agreement gets canceled every single year. Blind buyers. If you have a friend, someone who is into real estate or thinking of getting into real estate, your best help to them, what you can do to them is send them this platform and say, go and use InvestFusion. It will save you a ton of money, guys. So this is the platform to use for anything you're thinking of. Your own home, you're planning to buy, you're planning to do anything in real estate, use InvestFusion. So interior area, household income, you have all of that. And then I'll just hit the search bar. Remember, we're searching on a particular property. So we've already put that property in. It's going to come in here and we hit search. Okay. Oh, it said enter the address again. All right. So let's do that quickly. I'm going to put in there here. This is the address. Bam. We're just going to hit search. I think we've done that already. Oh, sorry, guys. I have to toggle on this. Good. Now I'll come in and put the property here. I hit search. I click on this, scroll all the way down, hit on search, and it's going to give us, so wait for it now. It's coming up. Right? So we've got to wait for the platform to go behind the scene. It's running through 400 data points. Guys, this is unheard of. What you're seeing happening right now, this is not a listing site. This is an engine, a powerful engine, an AI robust engine that goes under the hood to look at the property and discover everything about this property that you cannot find. Even the seller cannot hide this against you. The seller cannot hide anything about that property available from all sources. InvestFusion will pull all that out for you, and in seconds, guys, you're going to have it right now in front of you, and then you know exactly what you're buying. So you've seen it already. What it has on Zillow, nothing is there for you as a buyer. You are blind, basically. Just going on listing sites and going and call all you have there is to contact an agent. You are contacting an agent, buying what you don't even know what is hiding under the surface. But with InvestFusion, you are a different game. You play a different game. You play at a different level because the smart investors, there's a reason why all of them, look at this, guys. What do you see as a deal score? Investment not recommended. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is why this platform is a lifesaver. This is what will protect you from losing over $10,000 right from the day one of your real estate journey. This is not a joke. This is not a drill, guys. This is the real deal. Imagine this. We went on Zillow, we saw this Triplex, and we said, okay, all you have there is to contact an agent, and then the agent go and show you the property, and then you go under contract because that's what you are told to do. Look at this. Investment not recommended. Deal score, no. 35 over 100. Guys, I cannot emphasize. This is the same property. Look at it here in Zillow. Look at it here. I mean, this is not me saying this. I'm not saying, this is not me describing it. This is the property. This is not it. This is it. Look at it here. This is it here. But look at this. Look, it's where InvestFusion gets different. It says here, Investment not recommended. Let's take it step by step and see the reasons why. This is what sets us apart. Sellers will lie. Listing broker will lie. InvestFusion will tell you the truth for pennies on the dollar. Listen, it's only a blind, foolish man that will not think and say, okay, why am I not using this tool to protect myself at the deal level? It's only a blind, foolish man that give excuses. This is not a joke. This is the real deal. Now, look at this, guys. First of all, you want to come in here. Forget about the description, what the seller have told you. We're not interested in the description. We are interested in what is hiding under the surface. Now, if you have time, you can read through all of these beautiful things they keep on telling you. Potential rent, they can give you all the sweet, nice words. It's 1,500 per unit. All of that is great, great information, but we want to know the truth. So the first thing you want to go on the financial matrix. Now, on the financial matrix, it says cap rate 1.2%. Terrible. 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 It said the estimate. It's going to give you the estimate. What is the asking price? Let's start with the asking price. The seller is asking for how much? $380,000. Okay. Now, it said the estimate is 367, already even below the estimate. The price per square foot is not available. That tells you something is going on here. The market price, replacement cost, 380,000. The asking price is 380,000. So the replacement cost is at par with the asking price. That's fine. Household, the rent estimate is 15. So InvestFusion says the rent estimate is close to what the seller is saying, which is okay per unit. Household income is $32,000. Now, this is the first red flag. InvestFusion has been built. Let's go into that so like this is average annual income of residents. Let me explain something that you don't see, even when you read that information. The way we built InvestFusion is built to give you properties and encourage investment in areas where the household income is above the US national average. A household income of $32,000 is a no. It means in that neighborhood, the income in that area is below the average in the US. Therefore, the potential for you to re-tenant your property is very, very slim. If they do rent it, to pay the rent is a different question entirely because they cannot afford to pay the rent. And that, my friend, is a red flag. Now let's go into the risk, because tenant information, all those ones are simple things. Appliances, all these ones are you can use. All these ones are for commercial property. You use this more for commercial, but for residential, you're not care about appliances. Appliances is there. You get appliances, all of that given to you. You can read anywhere. Call and ask what appliances they have. What you're looking for is the risk assessment. It says foundation issues, no foundation issues. Maintenance needed, it said no. Structural issues, it said no. Okay. Now let's go into, so look at the risk, environmental risk. It says minimal risk. The only risk that is high is precipitation risk and wind risk, which is okay, which is normal in most areas. Let's go into the most important matrix here is the appraisal report. Let's see what it says about the report. Look at this now. It says, come on, guys. The appraisal report, look at this. This is where you see negative equity. This property, seller says, listen, this is what we built this platform for. This has zero equity. Seller says they're asking for $380,000. The appraisal report, it says, is $207,000. This property has a negative equity of $173,000. That's we call that the appraisal gap. So already, it's a red flag already. You can tell this is a no. But if you want to quickly go through the AI summary, let's see what it says, break down step by step. It says here, address. You have the address. Price listed is $380,000. It's a 7-bedroom, 3-bath, which means it's a 7-bedroom, 3-bath. So you're going to have about averagely two bedroom, 1 bath, and one is 3-bedroom, 1 bath for all three. It's a multi-family unit. You already know that already. So now it's here, it says the property is priced at this level. It says it's significantly above the assessed value of $82,000, which is significantly above, indicating a potential overvaluation. Okay, so the assessed value is actually $82,000. Okay, the multifamily setup offers flexibility for rental. That's true. Cap rate is poor. You can see that already. So he says so you see here, it says the cap rate is poor return. Okay, Now, the rent estimate potential, 3 units, that's about 4,500, which makes sense for that for the rent estimate in total, because about $1,509 per unit. The previous assessed value, appraisal value, is coming up to 82,000. It's already low, below appraised value. And so you have the previous appraisal value extremely low. Appraisal value date was this is October 13th. So you see the appraised value so the total appraisal value I showed you earlier was even 207. That's like the total valuation. So you have the cap rate is 1.2%. So already this property is really low, low, low. And it's already negative. So that tells you everything. So you said property, condition, and area insights. Condition, no maintenance needed. Visibility is medium. Local average income is so below the national. This is it. The average income is 32,000, below the national average of 83,700 on favorable markets. That's just what it is. It said the property is in good condition with no immediate maintenance needs. But the low local, this is why you are as a beginner in real estate, you don't have to know all of these data points because you cannot do all of this. You are non-emotional. InvestFusion flags any of those potential red flags you should be aware of. So the property is in good condition with no immediate maintenance needs, but the low local average income compared to the national average may limit tenant affordability. What did I just say? This is it. You can read this. This is the AI insight. You want to know what it says. Guys, the way I explained this is what InvestFusion just told you. So it said the AI investment score is 35 over 100. High category, overpriced investment opportunity. I told you, price per square foot or price per square feet is the key. There are 3 laws in real estate. Number one is rule number 1. Never forget the price per square feet or overvalued property. You want to buy low, sell high. That's the game. That's how wealth is generated. Never buy an overpriced property. It says here, the property is what? Overpriced. Final recommendation, avoid investment. It's already clear. You already see that it's below, the appraised value is below the appraised value. So it's negative equity, overpriced, low cap rates. Three very clear reasons you've seen already with your naked eyes. Negative. So it says avoid this investment property. It's not recommended. And that is what we build this platform for, not just to protect you guys, but to give you information and help and educate investors. Those who are brand new in real estate, who don't have experience, who are blindly going into deals. If you have a friend, even an enemy, your goal here is to help them understand the power of InvestFusion so they can avoid this trap and begin to use the platform to find great gems. Just going on listing site alone to buy is a blind man walking and leading the blind man into the ground. You want to use a tool that protects you and gives you the guidance. Because in seconds, this is seconds, guys, in just seconds, you are protected from committing your hard-earned cash into a deal that is bad from day one. And that's the power of this platform. That's the power of InvestFusion. So you know from the get-go if it's a gem or if it's a landmine. And that's what we just built for you guys. That's what we built for you. So if you're watching this and you have any questions, what you have to do, the first step for you right now to get started is go to InvestFusion. If you're brand new to real estate, you're brand new to InvestFusion, the first step is to go on investfusion.co and then you sign up. You hit this toggle here and then you sign up to the platform. When you sign up, it's going to ask you for your name, your email address, and then your phone number, and send you a one-time OTP. OTP means a one-time passcode where you can use to log into the platform. Once you log in, go on pricing, and then go to the yearly package. Select the yearly package and get a 40% discount. Look at it here. For price on the penny, for less than $100 a month, you will know and protect yourself from losing thousands of dollars on one deal, just one deal. If you make a mistake on one deal, you're guaranteed to put down over $10,000, guys. And that's the reality on the ground. So for $100, you can get access to InvestFusion and protect yourself at the deal level. Now, if you love this platform and you say, you know what, I love it, I want to make money helping others know about this platform, we built into it where you get paid over. Let's go into it. So I want you guys to see this now. You can come in here and go on your referral. We'll call it this. So you can see here the referral, where we'll give you 20% of your referral own monthly income. So you get a referral code that you can use to get started in real. So if you click on this now, It's going to ask you, if you don't have any referral code, you can see my referral code. If you don't have any referral code, it's going to ask you to connect your Stripe account where you get paid into your account, and then you see your dashboard. As you know, I don't officially use the referral code, but you understand the whole concept of that. And then you see your wallet here, all defined, clearly written for you. You know how much you're earning once you give out your referral code, and then you get their 20% of their monthly recurring income. And that's what we build this platform to do. Any investor using any just going on listing sites and going to buy is a blind investor, and you want to help them avoid going into deals blindly only to get burnt at the end of the day. I hope you found this beneficial, you found this helpful, you understand this too right now. Share this video so more and more people will get to be aware of what we built called InvestFusion. And of course, don't forget to like this video. Again, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you on the inside. Until next time, if you have any questions or you have any deal you're looking at and you want us to analyze your deal for you, please comment, leave the comment, put it on the comment section, and I will take time to next week, Saturday, to actually take your comments and then analyze your deal. If a property you're looking at buying, or you just bought, or you're planning to do anything about it, or you're just shopping around and you see something online, you want us to analyze it for you, copy the address, send it to the chat, and then next week, once we'll take each of those properties, and then we'll help you do a deep analysis on that property and see what is under the hood. You want to know. Don't go and buy a car just because it's nice. You want to know if the engine is sound or if it's not sound. Again, you can make excuses or you can make money,